What is going on, everybody? My name is Super CapShotz. As always, by my side is going to be Michael Hush.
Yep.
And today we're going to be kind of giving the conversations ideas and everything like that in regards to Phase 6, what's been announced so far, what could be announced in the future for D23. Everything like that. So, getting right into it. It's really on my shirt. It's the Fantastic Four. We finally get to start off a phase with something that's really insane, really cool. Not to say that Quantumania isn't really cool to start off Phase 5, but arguably starting off with Marvel's first family, its first team, the Fantastic Four is going to be really fucking cool to kind of start off with.
Yeah. I'm very excited for that. I think I'm assuming at D23 they're gonna announce the casting for that. I'm just happy I know they announced it a long time ago. Like at the beginning of Phase 4, I feel like they announced like the Fantastic Four, we just didn't know where it was coming. And now we actually have a set date, which is November 8th, 2024. So we got some time till it comes. Um, I don't know who's directing it. I think they're still looking for director at the moment.
Probably.
That we know of, that the public knows. Though I don't know who's writing it, but I'm excited for it, and I think that's a very good way to start off Phase 6 or Phase 6.
Especially with what else is released, so we can kind of roll into as well. Is going to be Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
Oh man, when I saw that, dude, I was like, they're doing it. They're finally doing it. Because I was curious what they were gonna do for. I mean, before Loki, I didn't know what next Avengers, big villain they're gonna do. Because there's a lot they could pull from. But I'm very excited for Kang because Kang can just like Ultron did. Even though I feel like don't get me started on Ultron. I feel like they could have done better with him. But Kang fucks them up bad. So like I'm very very excited for that.
I think I think there's like 4 to 5 slots that are before the Kang Dynasty, if I'm not mistaken, or even six, like 5 to 6 maybe slots that are
Um,
before the Kang Dynasty as well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, 7 slots technically. Or 6 if you minus the Fantastic Four.
Yeah, so we have 7 movies essentially in Phase 6 that lead up to the Kang Dynasty, including what's in Phase 5, the remainder of Phase 4. So we got quite a ways to go before we get to the Kang Dynasty, before we get to the next Avengers movie, what's going to look like, what the cast of that movie is going to look like, what the story of that movie is going to look like. Um, so I'm very interested to see what else is going to be coming out the next year or so, probably, so we can get more information on those things.
They, dude, I didn't think they could get bigger than Endgame, but they definitely are. Even with Kang Dynasty, like we're not even talking about Secret Wars yet. Like Kang Dynasty is gonna be fucking huge, and I think that movie is gonna be really about them losing to Kang. It's gonna set up Secret Wars, or I mean, I'm assuming they would lose to Kang in that movie. We'll have to find out, but um, like I don't know what else they're gonna do for this phase. Like what could lead up to it. I know there's gonna be another Spider-Man movie in there. There has to be. But that's the thing though. That's probably not gonna be a multiverse type movie. It's gonna be grounded. Kevin Feige confirmed that him and Spider-Man, Daredevil are like the ground level heroes now. Um, we're gonna get a Deadpool movie in there, but
I'm sure,
I
yeah.
don't know if that's really gonna tie into anything. So very interested to see what they do. Now, do you think they fully release Phase 6 at D23, or do they leave some of it out?
I want to say they fully do it if a majority is going to be in the beginning of 2025 and the end of 24.
Hmm.
With that type of timeline being case, I think they probably just full on release it. They full on release 2 years, so why not even kind of just full send it even more. Um,
Yeah.
if they don't release all of it, they'll release kind of bits and pieces. Like you said, they're gonna release the cast of Fantastic Four. That's like a mainstay of what they're supposed to be doing is releasing that cast.
Yeah.
Um, Very excited for that. Very excited to see what the future for those 2 movies, especially Secret Wars. Now, Secret Wars is where the floodgates open. It's where there was talk of since Disney bought the rights to Fox, that includes all the contracts of the actors that were under contract with Fox, including all of the X-Men actors and all the different actors from the owned Marvel, um, you know, superhero lines, everything like that with that. So the contracts for a lot of them are in 2025 is when they run up. So if that is the case, and they plan on making this movie before and releasing in 2025, you can imagine that a lot of these characters may come back. Potential Kitty Pryde or potential X-Men, Fox X-Men, Colossus, the beast of that movie. Just a variety of characters from the X-Men. The Toby and Andrew Spider-Man probably gonna make a return because why would you not do that? Why would they not even say yes to it?
Yeah.
There's all this different stuff that they may include to these movies that will end up making it fucking insane. Um, it could potentially be twice what Endgame was, and Endgame was already incredible with everybody coming together. So I can only imagine what type of stuff is going to lead up to that point in the Kang Dynasty in Secret Wars. That's going to make it to where all of these things are aligning, and then they end up fighting, and then hence creating the world where everything lives in harmony at once, type of thing.
Yeah. And I'm curious what they do with some of the X-Men characters. I don't know, like there's certain ones they're gonna bring back, like you said before, or if they wait for their contracts to expire, and then they're gonna recast them anyway. So like they have people in mind and they get that ready for them for that movie. I'm also curious who's gonna direct it. We have the director of
The
the
Kang
King
Dynasty.
Dynasty, and that's going to be Destin Daniel Cretin. He directed the Shang-Chi movie,
So the
and that
choreography there
movie,
is going to be incredible in
oh
the Kang
yeah,
Dynasty for sure.
Shang-Chi was awesome,
It's
like
great.
really, really good. So like I'm trusting him with this movie for sure. Um, the only directors that I really would trust for Secret Wars, and they've wanted to do it before, is the Russo brothers. And they've said in interviews the only one they want to do is Secret Wars after when they were done with Endgame. So I mean they're really sought after directors now. So I don't know if they're gonna even have the time for it. If they're
But the
already
thing
like
is,
booked up.
like if they're booked up, I almost think they either put it on pause or they say, "Fuck these projects, we're going to do Secret Wars." I mean, just being
Yeah,
honest, like they have talked about it so many times about doing Secret Wars. Like, there's no way they don't do fucking
yeah.
Secret Wars. They're just not.
Like Secret Wars will probably be the biggest, and I don't know if it'll be the best, but it'll be the biggest superhero movie of all time. DC probably won't be able to top it for a long, long time. This movie's gonna be absolutely nuts, and this movie better not be under 2 hours. I need
Dude,
this movie to be 4 hours long.
I was gonna say, Secret Wars needs to be 3.5 to 4 hours long. I think to
Yeah,
make it something incredible with the amount of like actors they're gonna have in it, probably, dude, they could make this a long ass movie, and I will sit
people will
there.
come and sit,
They will come and sit at the same
and
time.
they will stay. Like,
Um, it's gonna be insane.
but then here's the thing. I mean, I don't know how your knowledge is on Secret Wars. I don't know much at all. I mean, I'm going to learn more over time as we get closer to it. There's been a few versions of the story, right? Like it kind of like
I think
progresses.
so.
I know Doctor Doom is a big part of the newer Secret Wars story, so that'd be exciting.
Essentially, it just makes the multiverses fight each other.
Hmm. Oh,
So I mean,
do you know why they're fighting each other?
they're literally just fighting each other. Is like the biggest point that I know is he makes them
Uh,
just fight, and he gets to watch over it.
that's so sick.
So
It's so sick, and
I'm
it's
very much
different.
looking forward to it.
Sick and is different. That's the biggest thing. It's not like, oh, they're all, getting together to fight Doctor Doom. No, like they're all fucking fighting each other. Like that
Yeah,
is so cool. And there's endless, literally endless possibilities. They could fucking have, as I mentioned before in the last conversation, they could literally have Thor Frog in there fucking fighting Alligator Loki. That would be
they
actually
could
sick.
literally even go past the point and get like the freaking '70s Captain America actor to come back and do something.
Yes.
Like I
Well,
mean, literally,
he might be dead, but they could do something like that.
so just I don't know. Like I mean, they can literally do anything. Anything they want, they can do it.
Hmm?
The I mean, just the overall things that they can do, like just the tip of the iceberg is the only thing that we can really touch right now without knowing like what the other projects that are going to be before all of it.
Yeah, I literally don't know what to expect. Um, I didn't know if they were actually going to do Secret Wars. I didn't know if they were going to wait some time to do it to build up some. Like I didn't know if they're going to wait like even longer to do it. I knew they're going to do it eventually. It has to. Like that's like one of Marvel's biggest stories, honestly. Um, so I was surprised to see it when they did like the trademark or whatever the fuck it's called. When that got leaked before Comic Con.
Hmm.
Um, I was surprised to see Secret Wars on there. I was excited. But I was surprised. But I think they could pull it off 100%. Like
I
they
mean, no doubt in my mind, they pulled off Endgame, they pulled off Infinity War, and they're
mhm.
two of the best-selling movies of all time worldwide.
Yeah.
For a good reason. They're phenomenal movies, great storytelling in them, everything like that. So I mean, so moving on to what could be some of those plot holes, some of those holes there in Phase 6. Give me your top three. Give me your top three possibilities as to what some of them may be.
Oh boy. Um. Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm thinking we get Deadpool movie. As I said before, we're gonna get Deadpool and Spider-Man in there. I'm thinking another Doctor Strange movie. Um. Hmm. Because he's something with the multiverse with his movies, so like that might lead into something. Um. Shit. I don't know. Other than that, I genuinely had no fucking clue. Because there's a good amount that's left open. What do you think?
I think one of them could potentially be a Punisher show slash movie. I think I would be a big fan of that.
Over the moon.
Potentially over the moon. I would be over the moon for something like that, man. I literally would.
Yeah.
Potential maybe Moon Knight season two. Um, like you said, maybe a Deadpool in there. As a Deadpool 3 slot somewhere in 2025. Trying to really think what else. Maybe something with the mutants. I think
I'm not
I
sure
saw
just
something that
yet.
there's a potential for the mutants to be in there. Um,
Wonder where that would fit in.
somewhere. So I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of potential for what could be there next.
Yeah.
Um, I think with that being the case, it just opens a floodgate of possibility as to what could be taking those places. It
Hmm.
opens, just um, a total just mind fuck of like what are they gonna do with these literal 8 open spots in Phase 6? After I think there's even what 2 or 3 there after the two Avenger movies.
I think it ends with Secret Wars.
That does end with Secret Wars. Okay.
It ends on November 7th, 2025. I'm praying there's no like no more like I'm praying the world stays semi-normal and there's no like it doesn't like delay anything. Also the fact like this is mind-blowing to me. The fact that we get two Avengers movies in 1 year, that is actually insane.
Like six
Like
months apart from each other. That's gonna be insane.
yeah, like that I like they're waiting a long time to do an Avengers movie, and then we're getting two in 1 year. And I don't know how the filming for that's going to be because they're going to have to film
Well, to be
King Dynasty and
fair,
that back to back.
they did Infinity War and Endgame in the space of 1 year.
That is true.
So take that 6 months less. May make it a little bit more difficult, probably quite a bit more difficult, especially with all the controversy already with the VFX teams, the deadlines, the overworked, underpaid type of deal, whatever the case may be with that.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do.
Um, I don't this King Dynasty. They're like, dude, so excited to see King fight all of them, and I don't even know who the team is going to be for that movie. Like we're gonna have a general idea right now. We could probably list them off, but like there's probably gonna be some surprises in there for like who's actually on the team. Um, it'd be actually be a curveball. I know we talked about this on the last one, but like a curveball in this lineup would be like a Midnight Suns fucking movie. They could pull it off. They could do it.
They
They can get
definitely
the actors
could,
for that.
man. They already have. They're kind of setting it up. Potential Ghost Rider potentially, maybe. You never know.
Ryan Gosling, he wants to be in the MCU somewhere. and it was funny because he said before, this is going back years ago. He said he wasn't much of like a franchise movie guy. He likes to do one movie and then move on to the next one. But I don't know. It seems like he wants to get in on like the Marvel fun. So like,
I mean, it's ki-
I'm
it's kind
down.
of cool, but it's starting to, Jeff Goldblum's in it, and a little bit piece there. Bill Murray's in there. The actor that played Dr. Grant from Jurassic Park literally plays the made up, in the made up version in the Thor movie. He plays Odin. In the little like play scene they do. Melissa McCarthy was in it. Matt Damon. I mean, like all these big actors are starting. Christian Bale. I mean, are
Yeah.
starting to become a part of the MCU. So I think they're like, oh, this seems kind of fun. Let's go have some fun. Make a lot of money while doing it, but become a character that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe as Zeus. I mean, like these characters they're trying to play. They're trying to fit in. I think it's really cool that they're being able to do that.
What's funny about Christian Bale? He had no idea what the MCU was before he joined.
He said he'd only watched like one of the Infinity War of Endgame movies because he said Thanos was in it. Some purple bloke is the way he worded it.
Yep.
So they don't need to necessarily know it. They just need to be able to play the character. So
Yeah.
if they study the character up enough and they care about it enough to play the character that they're playing, then fuck it.
Let me ask you this: Ryan Gosling or Norman Reedus for Ghost Rider? Who would you pick?
People want to say no worries because he literally played fucking Daryl Dixon. That's it. He
He's a
he
good
he.
actor though.
I mean, he is. Don't get me wrong, but is he going to be a Johnny Blaze?
I think he could. I think he's a little old. I think Ryan Gosling's a little younger than him. I think. I'm honestly,
Well,
I'm
let's
just,
see.
I'm, just-
You're definitely throwing
yeah,
it out of your ass.
I'm definitely talking on my ass. I'm just like going off speculation.
All right.
Um, but I mean, I think either one could kill it as Ghost Rider. Like which one of them actually has genuine interest in doing it? I don't know what Norman Reedus has for the future, and same with Ryan Gosling.
Okay, he's 12 years younger. So
Ryan
Ryan
Gosling is
Gosling is 12 years younger.
okay.
So he's considerably younger, but even then, maybe considerably even still then a little bit old to be playing a character like that potentially.
Like Kevin Feige never didn't actually like say like. So he said he's excited that Ryan Gosling wants to be in the MCU.
And
We'll
he's like,
find
we
a
can't.
place for him.
We'll find a place for him. Obviously, because even then, like you don't want to say then he can sure as hell be the Ghost Rider because like what if something doesn't end up working out? Then you're like, well, you look like an idiot now. So I mean, I think he's learned how to answer things
Oh,
very
100%.
well when it comes to this type of stuff. So I think it's cool. Ryan Gosling might have a part in it sometime soon, whether it be Ghost Rider or whatever else.
I
I'm
mean,
down.
I wonder what character could he be besides Ghost Rider?
I
Like
don't know.
obviously, like I'm trying to think.
There's
I
just a
really,
lot. There's just a lot of characters that we probably wouldn't even think of that he would be a good, character for right
yeah.
now. But I don't know. I think the future of the MCU it's in good hands. The potential, like Kevin Feige said, that he's trying to plan out the next 10 years of Marvel, whether it be from now or the end of Phase 6, is what he's planning. 10 years on and on.
Mhm.
I think it's great. I think it's fun. It means we're going to be getting a lot of things that are happening
I
in the
think
coming time.
there's another movie that I remembered that might be in this phase, possibly. I'm not sure. Um, Eternals 2.
Yep, I did see something like weird that said like I don't remember like what the context of it was. It literally just said the Eternals will return.
Yeah,
So I don't remember if
but
that was just
when?
exactly. The Black Knight has some things to uncover, whether that be a part of the Blade movie or a part of something potentially in this coming Phase 6. Whether it be that the Eternals has a series or an actual another movie that they they have. I mean, there's still just so many things they could do right now because they have the rights to just about everything besides the Spider-Man stuff.
Yeah, and like with so after Secret Wars, people are thinking, or people when I say people, I think it was the either Screen Crushers 3C films. They were thinking that the next thing they're gonna do is the cosmic part of the MCU, the cosmic saga, as I guess you would say. Um, Now that I think Eternals would be fit in better in there than than the multiverse saga. I mean it'd be a long time though. That's a problem. They came out with the Eternals. What was it last year?
Yeah.
Did they come out? So like that's gonna be over. They're gonna have to do something to keep people's memory of it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah, because I mean,
it,
like you said, I don't remember if you're recording or not, because this is all starting to blur with me with how long we've been doing this at this point, like over an hour and a half at this point. Like we only watched the Eternals just for like the, oh, that was during the video. I remember now, but we only watched the Eternals just for the end credit scenes. That's literally it. We didn't watch it for the freaking the movie itself. The movie sucked. That was the
I
first
wasn't.
Marvel film where I almost fell asleep. And like my two friends, like Birdie and Lyle, both fell asleep watching that shit.
Wow. I didn't fall asleep, but I was just like, I didn't feel anything for the characters, except for like one scene where I forget the Asian character that died that was like a kind of like attached to Angelina Jolie's character. Like that was like they
Mm.
were like really good friends.
He was the really
When he
strong
died, I
one.
was sad.
I forget what his name was. Yeah, but he was like, the really strong one that ended up getting like stabbed or something.
Yeah, when
Yeah.
he died, I was sad. I was like, ah, fuck. But like I was like when I was watching it, I was like, this has potential, but they're doing it wrong. I don't know how to do it right. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not that type of guy. But there's potential within these characters and the story of the Eternals and everything like that. Especially with what is it called, the Sentinels, right?
The why did I just blank?
We call the Sentinels like the giant
No,
fucking.
the Sentinels are the X-Men thing. Those are the X-Men things that like adapt to the powers of the X-Men. Those are
Okay, then.
Sentinels. Give me a minute.
Think of it. So as I said, like I think they have potential. With those giant fucking thing. I'm blanking on the name, and he's looking it up, so hopefully he finds it. Because I literally blank, because they're pretty cool. I think it is the Sentinel. I think
No, it's not. I promise.
okay, we'll figure it out.
Motherfucker.
No, wait,
Just keep going. Just keep going. I'll find
um,
it. Don't you worry.
I almost said Eternal. I was like, wait, no, that's the wrong thing.
Like, yep, that's the team of it that they face.
um, but the potential's there. The characters are decent. It's just like the story kind of sucked. It was like the story was mid.
Oh,
I was
Gilgamesh
what
is the name of the guy. First of all, that
the guy that
died. His
died.
name was Gilgamesh. I remember that now.
Okay. Um, I like we were just watching for the after credit scene. I was ready to hear Mahershala Ali's Blade voice, which was sick, by the way. Seeing the
Ebony Blade.
Ebony Blade. Um,
Celestials. Good fucking lord.
Celestial.
That's
Thank
it. I'm
you.
pissed. I'm over it. That's a wrap.
So yeah, the Celestials are sick. Their whole backstory is crazy. So and also fucking, I don't know who Harry Styles' character was pretty sick. I know like people hate on him in general. Um, but like his character was cool. Like I remember like I was like really
He's
interested.
the
Like
brother
out,
of Thanos,
yeah. So I was like,
so I'm very interested.
dude, like this has so much potential. They just gotta fucking do it right. Like
Yeah.
hopefully they learn from their mistake. And I watched a Screen Crush video kind of comparing the Snyder Cut versus the Eternals, and they're kind of similar movies, but the Snyder Cut does certain things better, with character development and
Mm.
making you care about these characters. The Eternals didn't really do that. um, so I'm excited for the future of that, but they gotta they gotta do it right, and I think they're gonna have to time it correctly because I don't know when they're gonna fit that in. Because if they're gonna do cosmic stuff after Secret Wars, that's gonna be like at least 2026 or longer than that. So that's
Yeah.
6 fucking years. You know, it's a long time. People are gonna forget.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I wonder how much. Uh, what was it called again?
Celestials?
Celestials. I wonder what impact they're gonna have on the Guardians movie.
I don't know. I mean, there really is just so much that they can really do at this point, with the future of the MCU for the addition of mutants coming forward, the Fantastic Four coming forward. Kevin
I'm
Feige,
really.
if you ever come across this on some God-given chance, if you don't cast John Krasinski to be Mr. Fantastic, I'll fucking come for you. I will come after you.
Oh, he's so good. And like I know they're married and everything, but like him and his wife being actual like, Mr.
Mr.
Fantastic and
Fantastic and
Invisible
Invisible
Woman.
would be incredible. The only
And
problem
also
is
they could direct it.
Emily Blunt hates superhero movies. She
He
hates like
does?
all that shit. Yeah, that's like the whole big thing. They're like, whenever they're like, oh, this would be
Uh
the perfect, big two for the Fantastic Four, and they're like, well, no, Emily Blunt doesn't like superhero movies. She's not a fan. And I was like, damn. Oh, there's a rumor that don't remember his name, but there's a potential appearance of the Thing in She-Hulk somehow.
ooh. Ooh, that'd be interesting. It probably won't be like I don't know why I'm backing up. Um
Maybe it would be a thing where it's like not the version, but it's like a um but it's a multiversal variant of the Earth 616 Ben Grimm, maybe something like that.
possibly I could just see it being Ben Grimm before he turns into the Thing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like a potential, just like the human before the transition to or to the Thing. So I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I,
It's a crazy rumor for sure.
I don't even know what they're doing for the Fantastic Four movie because I heard a rumor when the old director was wanted to do it, it was gonna be like kind of like set in the '60s or something like that.
Yeah, and they'd be like kind of like lost in time in the negative zone, same as Captain America in a way.
Yeah. So
Not
that
against
is
it. I'm not against it, but at the same time, why have we never heard of it?
yeah.
Like never heard of them at all. Like haven't been really too many things that have really been thrown in there.
Mhm.
Um,
They're gonna have to
it
really
could
do
it
some
could work, but
even like dude, but even with the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, because of the stupid contract shit with the lawyers and different companies owning different characters and shit, the writers are gonna have a tough task making it semi make sense. Why didn't they show up for this? Like why like how they're how do they entering this universe now?
yeah,
So, but with the multiverse that makes it a little bit easier. Um also I'm pulling up everything I sent you um throughout Saturday and beyond on Armor Wars. That wasn't announced,
it
but I
wasn't
think
talked
that
about. But then I think like the director or somebody was like, "Yeah, it's still happening." Like,
yeah,
okay, what does that mean?
but is it you think it's happening in Phase 6?
Maybe.
Like that seems like another show that's gonna be like kind of grounded in a way. Like
Yeah.
it's gonna be about fighting for the Iron Man suits and stuff like that. Like I mean that's what I'm assuming from the name.
Yeah.
um, so I wonder how that ties into the the multiverse saga and everything. Also, I'm just happy like we've been wanting like multiverse shit for a long time, and we're finally
We're
getting it.
finally getting it to the degree like more than we thought we'd ever get. Because like at
Yeah,
first the big thing I think we really wanted besides Avengers was like just this big culmination of all these characters. Finally got
yeah,
an end game. Now we're like, all right, what's the next step to that? Multiverse.
hmm
Seeing different versions of the same person.
yeah,
Like we did in Doctor Strange, we saw like six different versions of Doctor Strange.
hmm
It's Sinister, Defender, like the one that Supreme, all these
hmm
different ones. It's kind of nuts.
and like with Kang, like I just don't know what the fuck's gonna happen. Like the possibilities even before Secret Wars are crazy to me for what they're gonna do for that movie.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
it- oh my god.
it's literally gonna be nuts. It's what it is. It's going to be nuts. It's gonna be insane. I'm looking forward to all of what's to come.
I do have
But
to say, if you want a taste of what Kang is like, go on Disney Plus and fucking watch Avengers Earth Mightiest Heroes. Just watch from the beginning because it was a fucking good show. But like Kang was one of the villains in one of the seasons, and that was my introduction to him. I had no fucking clue who he was before that. That show taught me a lot about the characters and everything, and I was like, wow, this character is very interesting and just badass in general. Like in that show, he was very tough to beat. So like I can't imagine what it's going to be like in the actual MCU movies. And I mean, I don't know, did we touch upon what the Ant-Man kind of teaser thing at Comic-Con when he was like Ant-Man was like, "Oh, well, I'm an Avenger," and King's like, "Well, have I killed you before?" I was like, that's pretty brutal.
Yeah, like I mean that I think Jonathan Majors is gonna do a really great job as Kang, for the next couple phases and stuff like that. Really interested to see how much he has a part in a lot of these, whether it be just Easter eggs or cameos or like end scenes or mid credit scenes or whatever else if he's not in the movies. Just the same way that Thanos was kind of like here and there sprinkled upon end credit scenes and part of different stuff, that
Yeah.
culminated, name dropped and stuff like that. That ends up culminating to the final end result. I'm looking forward to see how that's gonna end up looking here in a couple of years.
Now for the Phase 6, we're trying to kind of fill in the blanks. Now, I don't know if they'll actually put this in a slot because like it's obviously each thing relates to the other. But we have Marvel Zombies. We have What If. Now, What If is the biggest one because that's a very big multiverse type story. Um, that could fit in there somewhere.
Well, the thing is,
And
I don't think they included those on purpose because the What If season 2 is supposed to come out next year, not a part of
yeah,
Phase 5. They're not a part of the
yeah,
phases. They're kind of just extra projects that are on top of those because it's almost a separate person entirely because a lot of these X-Men 97, Spider-Man freshman year, the Marvel Zombies, the What If, those aren't
mhm,
canon things. Those are all like separate entities while still being under the same thing of the
yeah.
MCU. Essentially, all of those are kind of like what ifs, in a way. So at this point, like, I don't think those are going to get added. I don't think those are technically considered a part of like the phases because of
Mhm.
that, because of their outlandish ideas that I'm sure they have in store for us.
Well, I think it's pretty nuts that Disney slash Marvel like loved second. They already they haven't seen fully what season 2 is like, but they loved it so much they like renewed it for another season. Um, and I think the only one that fits into this timeline is What If, possibly as like a Secret Wars type thing. Like they
Hmm.
just threw in a Disney Plus show to be in here somewhere. I don't know where the hell it's gonna fit. Um, but I I just want D23 to come right now because if they do what we think they're gonna do and release kind of the whole timeline for 4 through 6, which I think would be smart. Um, I want to break all of it down. Like I want to discuss it. I want to fucking dude. I'm so ready for it.
Me too, definitely. I'm excited to see what they release at D23, what they hint at, what they announce. I mean, there was a lot of open spots. I'm hoping at least some of them can be added on for D23. So we can get some more clarification of potentially what the final overarching story. Obviously, Secret Wars, we kind of have an idea of what that's probably gonna end up looking like. But King Dynasty, how is that gonna lead up?
Yeah,
Be a part of leading up to Secret Wars. Um, this
dude.
one, I mean,
Dude.
it's gonna be insane.
Secret Wars is gonna blow everyone's mind. It's just nothing we've seen before. Nothing, absolutely nothing. And if Marvel slash Disney can you imagine the budget for that movie?
They're gonna fucking throw the bag at that movie. They have to.
Yeah, yeah. Like I can't imagine the budget because like they're gonna need so many fucking characters, and they're gonna need certain actors to come back or something like that. And I mean, just to get Robbie Downey Jr. is probably be fucking $75 million.
I think
So
that's the greatest part of it is like there is an endless money pit if they do that movie correctly that we're gonna throw at that movie for years to come.
yeah, like what do you think? I know we just kind of touched on it before, but like appropriate runtime for Secret Wars for the story it is.
3.5 to 4 hours.
Okay,
I think
I
with the
think
amount of characters they want to put in it, if they make it 3.5 hours, it's probably the best amount of runtime. If they want to throw extra scenes in there, just add us. 4 hours is
yeah,
fine. I'm cool with it.
same.
I will
Like even if
spend. I will literally spend a sixth of a day in a fucking movie theater and just watch it. I'm down. Whatever.
that, do you think that if it was 4 hours, do you think there would be like an intermission so people could piss?
They used to do that in movies a long time ago, actually. Even with the movies only being like an hour and a half long, that was certainly more than what people were actually standing there for. So they
Hmm.
literally essentially kind of get to a commercial break in a movie theater, and then they would let people go to concessions, and they'd go to the bathroom.
Yeah,
No, I don't ever think they would do that at all, because they're like at this point, if you get up, you have a risk of missing it, which probably means you'll come see it again.
yeah. I
To be
mean,
honest, I mean they're gonna be a lot smarter about it than we think at the end of the day.
that Secret Wars better. You know what's weird? I have a gut feeling Kang Dynasty is gonna make more than Secret Wars, but Secret Wars is gonna make a lot of fucking money. It has to make easily like 1.5 billion, easily. Like I think it probably even more.
It's like all together with like the merchandise I'm sure they're gonna come out with for it, with like all this different stuff they could potentially come out with for it. I mean, it'll
Yeah.
be just insane.
I'm just imagining the money shots from because like you're gonna have X-Men, Fantastic Four variants of everything, old MCU characters, variants of those. Um, what else are they gonna have? Are they fucking like the supernatural side? They probably have, that those type of characters in there. Like, I'm just like, there's so much shit. Like, I feel bad for the writers for that movie because I don't know
Well,
how
the,
they're
the
gonna
best
do it.
part is with those, there's literally comics devoted specifically to the Secret Wars itself. You can copy and paste a lot of what that story is to it. You just gotta fill it in with the characters that you're given.
Hmm.
So I mean, I think they'll be fine. I think they'll be okay. Like I said, just looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to what it's gonna look like.
Phase 6, like, can we fucking get a Daredevil and Spider-Man movie? Like, come on, like they teamed up in the comics. Like, we need it now that we have a Daredevil. How old is Charlie Cox? Because like, I wonder how long he wants to
Charlie
keep playing the character.
Cox is
Because we need to see at least one Spider-Man Daredevil movie.
he is 39.
Hmm.
And if we're talking Tom Holland is 26.
Okay.
So yeah, we have potential for sure.
I mean that would be smart to do it in because like, I don't know what they could even do for. I mean, there is some stuff they could do for Spider-Man 4, but like I would prefer if they throw like they have Spider-Man 4 be like a Daredevil Spider-Man team up type thing, or Spider-Man Daredevil. Don't Spider-Man Daredevil and Punisher team up?
Yeah, a couple different
So
times they do.
so that would be awesome if they did that. I think that would be amazing, and it would make a lot of money too. People would fucking go see that in a heartbeat.
They would eat that up for sure.
100%. I'm trying to find anything else for the stuff that's been coming out over the time. Um, this thing with the contracts is pretty interesting with the X-Men because it's like when can they? So they can't recast anyone until 2025.
No, they can, but that they're saying that's the best part about it though, because they purchased those contracts, that they can still use those characters because they're already under contract. There's nothing to negotiate with them. Like
Hmm.
you already have them under a contract, so you can ask them if they want to be if they'd like to be a part of it. Like
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's different than that a little bit with like how that would work necessarily as far as that, but still, you have a majority of them under contract to be able to use them for stuff.
Now was the mutants confirmed? I know it was not confirmed with Comic Con. I know that,
No, no,
but like,
no. I don't know if it's confirmed at all anywhere. It's just kind of like what could be
okay.
the thing.
Now I know that the guy from the Kingsman movies, I'm blanking on his name because I'm a moron. Um, but apparently he's had some talks, Kevin Feige slash Marvel, about playing Wolverine. Um, I'm down for it. This is You better be careful with what they do for Wolverine because the recasting of it is going to be very controversial because we all love Hugh Jackman, but the guy can't be fucking ripped forever for Wolverine.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's like in his 50s now or something like that. Like it's too much. It's too hard on his body, and plus he can't like as much as he loves the character, he can't do it forever.
Well, I was trying to look up see if anybody had been like talking about different things potentially for Phase 6, like
Mm.
what could be filling in.
I think we just we might have to wait for D23.
Yeah,
I'm
probably.
happy they announced the director. I don't know who's writing it, but I'm happy they announced the director for King Dynasty,
Yeah, me too.
and it was
We just got
surprising.
that. Yeah.
I didn't expect that at all. Now one thing I didn't send this to you, and I said save it for the pod. um, Namor will be the ruler of I'm gonna butcher this name, but Talokan instead of Atlantis in the MCU. Now, my first thought, and from videos I've seen before, it's mainly because Aquaman came out. It's too similar to fucking Aquaman with Atlantis and the Atlanteans and all that shit. I think that's bullshit, in my opinion. Just fucking Have it stay the same.
Yeah, I mean, there's no point to change it, but at least the change that they did was cool. Like they made it like an Aztec background and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, at least it's cool. To
Don't
be
get me
fair,
wrong. Namor looks sick.
he
In his,
does. He
he
does.
looks badass. But I just I don't think their reasoning. I'm like I could just keep it Atlantis and be fine. Like no one's gonna care. Now also this thing I found interesting too. Do you know what She-Hulk's origin is? Not from the show, but just in general.
It's like something with the blood, like his blood gets into her somehow. But it looks like with this one, I remember you sent me that like they get in a car accident and somehow his blood fuses with hers.
Yeah, so the original She-Hulk origin is she's like dying of something, and he
Oh,
has to
blood
do like a blood
transfusion.
transfer.
Yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
So that's how she gets her powers. But this is how the She-Hulk origin is from the for the show is it looks like Jennifer and Bruce get in a car accident and it's exposed to his blood, and that's what turns her into She-Hulk. So um it's gonna be. I was kind of hoping the first episode would probably be more than 30 minutes just to explain everything. Um, but I think they're probably gonna just go over that really quickly. First few
Yeah.
scenes, I'm assuming. But I'm fine with that change. I think that's fine. Like,
It's
no,
it's
no big
it's so
deal.
minor because it still keeps the same. Essentially, the bloods mix. She gets the
Yeah,
powers because of it. They just kind of change, like, oh, she doesn't go through something. They just get in a car accident, and then there you go. So
exactly.
I'm perfectly fine with it. It's fine with me.
Yeah, that doesn't bother me at all. So I think that's about it
That's about
for.
it for now. To be honest, with Phase 6, gotta wait till D23, so gotta wait a couple more months before we get some more info on the next one. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to to the release in August for She-Hulk to watch that, get that going, and everything else that's getting ready to come out.
I mean, as much as it's crazy because Marvel dropped a bomb on Saturday. Literally, almost hurt my head. Just how much shit was coming out. um, and like I'm just ready for more. I'm ready for another Marvel bomb. Like honestly, because like the decisions they're making, as long as they do it correctly, they're
They're gonna be
so
really
fucking
cool.
good,
Yeah.
so cool. And it's a good time to be like a Marvel fan slash like like here's the thing, like I don't know everything about Marvel. This is why I watch the videos. But I love learning about it. That's and I'm learning as I go along with some of these things, and it's cool. I think I'm very much I love experiencing these new heroes and different type of stories, than they've done before.
Or like, yeah, like alternative takes on like the same stories too have been always really cool.
Hmm.
So I think with that being said, man, it's been another great episode of conversations. For a little bit of Phase 6, a little bit of insight on what we think may be happening, maybe going down in the future. um but as always, this is the duo of conversations. This has been Jacob or CapShotz. This has been Mike Hush, and we're out. Peace.
Peace.